goes. Of parts and generally having a right old knees up. Hint, hint. So, park your posterior as we meet tonight's panel. Joining me are the perfectly profiled Sarah Pascoe. In the pinky, Johnny Vegas. Very palatable, Ed Balls. Part of the furniture, Alan Davis. Let's preview their body parts. Sarah goes.
Dancing cheek to cheek.
Oh, nice. Johnny goes.
You need hands.
Ed goes. Wow, I think I'm blushing. And Alan goes. Here's the thing, there may be a question about a pig, alright? So, look out for that, and if you spot it, then you should all have, you've got pigs, you've all got pigs, you shout pig, and then you get extra pig points, okay? Oh, you're slightly aggressive there, lady. Anyway, so, what is the most useful organ of the body? I'm going to give you a clue. It begins with a P. I just say, that picture of that gentleman. Is he wearing something underneath, or is that... You're going to make us explain the male physique? Harry Madeira is very good. It's an organ on its own. It's an area.
Is that beginning to pee on the body?
Yeah.
How about punch?
Porch. How is that useful?
I always felt a bit sorry for people who do it.
Yes. No,
I
it's
mean, if you're reading in bed, you can rest your butt.
Yes.
And actually, it's really important for dancing.
Why?
My dance partner for Strictly Catch You was on the show this year with a thin person.
Right.
And they gave her a really bad back. Because she was always leaning in trying to find him.
Right.
Whereas I was...
Readily available.
always-
I'm going to give you an extra point.
I wonder why so many professional dancers approach me in nightclubs. If I dance with you, I live to be 100. Porch can so easily lead to crying on your own. If not managed properly.
Yes, that's very true.
I think you've created yours very well.
I haven't created it, I've just mismanaged it. You know, the Woodland Trust will sell you a forest.
Yeah.
And then it gets a bit overgrown.
Right. So, what am I looking for? We've all had one. We don't necessarily have one now, but we've had one.
Who?
It's the placenta. In its time, it has performed the roles of the kidney, of the lungs, the liver, the guts, the endocrine glands, disposed of waste. It is, because it's made by a woman, it is a multi-skilling organ.
Well, it's not scientifically proven.
No.
Or eating the placenta thing. It's very trendy. The idea is that it is full of proteins, it's all of these things, but it's waste matter.
Do you know who eats placenta in the world?
Idiots.
Idiots.
Can you combine it with anything else?
Well, yes, you can. There are recipes, and I have some advice for preparing a placenta if anybody's interested. Clean it, first by draining all the blood, then rinsing it until it's pink. Then then you'll have to cut away the umbilical cord and membranes. Once it's prepared, it's no different from something you'd get at the butcher's, so go ahead, roast, steam, saute, flambe, whatever the covering is. Take your own herbs or garlic, if you like.
Essentially, it's like fish fingers.
You do often wash the blood off fish fingers.
I do, but quite often I've fallen over before I decide.
The only tribe that actually routinely eats the placenta are affluent people in the USA. In fact, the Royal College of Midwives says there is absolutely no evidence that it does you any good whatsoever.
So it's total trendy garbage.
Generally, it's a stupid idea.
I'd be more concerned because it's not readily available on the shelves.
Right.
If I ate it once and it became the food for me, which major chain? You know, I don't want to end up in a conversation going, I'm not keen on Tesco's. You know, I don't think theirs has been corn-fed. Where can I get a placenta?
A free range placenta.
Happy life.
And we're going to be following heavily pregnant women around, just with your hands out, waiting.
In France, once the pregnancy is over, the government pays for something called la rééducation périnéale. So it's physical therapy, and it is designed to retrain the pelvic floor. So that all sounds fine. Part of the course involves using an electronic vaginal re-educator. Now, it measures how hard particular muscles are working and teaches the mother, to control them. It can be hooked up to video games. So there's a journalist called Claire Lundberg at Slate, and she wrote, I played a pole position game at my last session, and a friend played what I can only call Kooter Pac-Man. Yeah, I don't think it's a game I want to play in front of my mum. That's what I think.
Blue Raider.
Which part of the body did Painless Parker specialise in pulling?
I'm not saying penis again.
Painless Parker, what do you think? It's
Pulling, it makes you think of teeth.
Yes, you're exactly right. He was America's only ever dentist come ringmaster. Don't you love this? Yes. He looks a bit like Stephen Fry.
With no teeth.
Yeah. So his very first business plan, a very simple technique, ply patients with cocaine before pulling their teeth out. Sometimes he would use a tumbler of whiskey. But he thought this wasn't enough, because he did about 6 weeks and he hadn't had a patient, and he thought he would devote himself. So he got a sort of a horse-drawn flatbed with a dentist's chair on it, and he charged 50 cents per extraction, and you got given $5 if it hurt. Okay? So he wore a top hat and tails and a necklace made of teeth. Eventually he had a live audience of brass band, contortionists and dancing women, and he would sometimes enter on an elephant throwing coins to the ground, and the brass band was there to drown out the cries of the patients.
I'm fully involved in a lawsuit because I woke up my dentist where he calls him I went in as a working class gentleman and left as a toff, and my horse and trap was not to be found.
This is a tremendous worry to me.
Well, it is, but now I've got the backstory.
So before forceps, people used to have their teeth removed by something called dental Milligan. That's what it looks like.
Well, it sounded nicer than that.
Yeah.
It sounded like a...
And it didn't have a dentist chair, so the patient had to sit on a low seat with their head between the dentist's eyes. Yeah.
Well, like looking upwards.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, while we are in the mouth, we're going to try something. So you have plastic discs at your disposal and some blind folds. And let's put the blind folds on, please. There we go. And I want you to see.
We can't. We can't do
I want you to see.
I want you to experiment with the disc and see whether your fingers or your tongue are better at working out the size of the holes in the disc and see which you think is actually more adept at working out which is.
It's the tongue.
Sorry, it's the tongue.
For me, it's the fingers.
The tongue.
No, it's the fingers.
Different edges. I'm not further in than it's possible to have.
I see you in a new and more positive light. The tongue is much more pliable. It's called the oral size illusion, in which your tongue is much more pliable. It will bend around different surfaces more easily, and it should give you a more accurate picture of what you're looking at.
So when I'm measuring up to put some shelves up, I should
Measure with your tongue.
I should go to B&Q and go, what? I need some screws, what? You're chewing off now. I don't know.
But what's interesting to me is that there's three shapes on
Yeah.
here. I did not successfully identify what they are with either my fingers or my tongue.
I knew two of them with my tongue. You're right, the tongue was better.
Yeah, well, it's that thing, you know, when you've got a little thing in your mouth and it feels so much bigger to you.
I do know about that
I
sound.
thought they were all the same.
Telling about everything.
Now then, how can you tell the time of year using part of a ruddy duck? It's a beautiful ruddy duck.
Is it actually a thing already done?
It is an actual, yes, it's a name.
I thought it was just rhyming stuff.
No. This is a North American bird. It's named after its colour.
Does the beak change colour?
No, it says that beautiful blue. It's stunning, isn't it? It starts with a P.
Okay.
It's not the plumage.
Tail.
Well, it's the Latin word for tail.
Penis.
Penis! There we go. It's got the most enormous penis. But only for a... That's grotesque.
Oh, look at that!
I know, it's astonishing. But it only has it for a very small period each year. So can you see at the top bit in the middle there, you can see that it's being measured out. It looks unwell, doesn't it? So that's the penis, and then the vagina goes, as it were, the other way, isn't it?
It screws in.
Yeah, so they fit
Does it
together.
have to spin its way in?
Yeah. Just keep trying to take a breath and go on. Yeah, take a breath.
Can they choose between them who's going to spin this time? You spin, I'm exhausted. I like that you spin. Does that lay little screw eggs that's...
Yeah. It only has that long penis exclusively for the mating season. The rest of the year, it practically has nothing. It withers back. It's a tiny...
So that's the picture
We're
on
all
the
right.
far
Tiny little
side.
stump.
The little
Yeah.
one, yeah.
The penis size depends on their social circumstances. So males who are kept with females, they grow to full size. If males are kept with other males, only the dominant male is the one who gets a full-sized penis.
It's like duck prison.
Well, except the other males will get one for 4 to 6 weeks, so it's a bit more like timeshare.
So nature does that so that they don't all kill each other.
Yeah.
Because if they were too competitive, so it has a kind of biological hierarchy.
That's exactly right. But if you are the non-dominant male and you get the big penis, then you are a target. So what they try and do is they try and grow one, sneak in some sex, and then quickly shrink it back again. So that the duck in charge didn't even notice that it had happened.
So I should go back to living in a house, sure. The living back to the blokes, I might just have that.
If you're the alpha male, so you have to be very careful who you choose to live with.
That's true.
I'm not by nature an alpha male, but I will kill them in their sleep and just enjoy that very moment. Take some pictures.
Yeah.
Some selfies. The bad guy's dead, don't look at them.
There was a TV program on when I was little called Why Don't You?
Yeah.
Why Don't You Just Turn Off Your Television Set? And they once had a thing which you could do at home called the Dying Duck.
What was it?
La la la. La 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 la.